not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And you know, this corner is still Decrepit, Decadent, and Dilapidated. If you're watching this video, you've made it to my backup channel. You know you're at my backup channel because I've designed my Pinhead Blackston avatar to have kind of a 90s feel to it or whatever. But my main channel, it was you know what I'm saying? There's more trolls attacking it than the Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's more trolls scavenging around there than the movie Troll 2.
Make yourselves comfortable.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying, I was on heavy fire, you know what I mean? So it was, you know what I'm saying, time for me, you know what I'm saying, to build again, so to say, you know. But you know what I'm saying, let me talk about this corner again, this sector of YouTube or whatever. And I guess people grew weary of me saying that I'm the master debater, talking about my supreme intellect and so forth, my pompousness. But when I'm saying, when I look at these other characters, you know, you got these so-called pseudo-intellectuals looking down on black people, calling them Negroes and monkeys. And then you have these roasters or whatever, and they're just they're talking about people's family members. They resort to such lowbrow antics. I'm like, what's worse? Somebody like me who talks about I'm the master debater, or someone who constantly talks down to the black commonwealth, or someone who talks about somebody else's dead sibling that hasn't even lived long enough to reach the legal drinking age. So you tell me. So okay, we're gonna get into it. Now, the thing is, you know what I'm saying, when you're dealing with these the banjo pluggers, or these turnovers, these turncoats or whatever, you know, I'm like, you have to I'm like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, meet their so-called intellectual tenacity with, you know what I'm saying, with intellect. You know what I mean? People aren't, you know what I'm saying, people aren't all dumb. I know in this corner, all you do is just, you can sit up there and you can roast somebody, but these people will use that against you or whatever, and their fan base looks and say like, hey man, all these guys know how to do is use a whole lot of vulgar verbosity and so forth, but they can't attack what you're saying. Hell, I was one of the best weapons to break these guys down, but you look how this corner of YouTube turned on me with the pitches and the you know what I'm saying, the torches and the pitchforks or so forth, because I got into it with a couple of individuals or whatever, and these guys are turning around. And the reason why I talk, and when I talk bad about this corner of YouTube, I'm not talking about the people watching the videos. I don't know who they are, you know what I mean? Most people that watch these videos don't even comment, you know what I'm saying, nor do they rate it. But I'm only going to talk about the shenanigans, you know, of these you know what I'm saying, of these video publishers and so forth. You know, that's what I'm going to talk about, you know. And you know, that's who I'm mainly going to focus on. So it wasn't me looking down at, because I don't know, and I've never said that I was like the smartest dude or whatever, but sometimes I admit I feel myself, but a lot of it's like I'm on video, the camera's rolling, you know how that goes. Now, I will go into the roasters. Now, I can see if two guys are going back and forth that kind of like doing it, that want to, like, you know what I'm saying, Kevin Smith and Kwesi Watson, You know what I'm saying? There's no problems with that. You know what I mean? That's good. You know what I'm saying? That's good, hearty fun. But when these other guys just start just making targets out of people and people who are not roasters or whatever, and then they have to come back with logic, and it's about winning over a crowd. You know, and my thing is with the roasterama, you know what I'm saying? The Coliseum. I thought that, you know what I'm saying, it was about honing your skills. Shouldn't roasters be roasting each other? I remember the FUBU snap battles or whatever, when you had dudes just playing the dozens. You know, and so forth. You see what I mean? And I think about some of the off-kilter attacks where they say that, oh, there's no rules in this game. There's no rules. I think about, let's say, you know, and then some people may compare it to a real roast, like the real celebrity roast. Now, let's take someone like Tony Dungy. You know, he was the coach of the Indianapolis Colts that led him to the Super Bowl, to a Super Bowl victory. I can imagine that people are roasting him. Now, you know that he had a teenage son that committed suicide. I wonder if they, you know, if they threw a roast for him, and someone said, "Fuck your dead son. You was a shitty ass father. That's why your son blew his brains out or whatever." I'm like, whoa, that's a sure way for that guy to commit career suicide and so forth. But stuff like that happens at this corner every single day. And a lot of these guys, and a new thing is, they say, well, how can somebody be so smart or whatever? You know, if, you know what I'm saying, if he works a certain kind of job or whatever, let's see how much money he has. That doesn't equate to intelligence, or it doesn't mean that what you want to hear. Now let's take church pastors. There's a lot of these guys, you know what I mean? T.G. Jakes, you know, whatever. Creflo Dollar. These guys are millionaires, or borderline millionaires. I know Creflo Dollar got his own jet or whatever. You know, but still, am I going to sit there and listen to what he has to say because he has all this money or whatever? I see how he got it, you know what I'm saying? He was just a church pimp, you know what I'm saying? I can really care less what he has to say. So I'd rather listen to some homeless dude making a YouTube video, and if he's talking about some sort of esoteric knowledge, that will draw my attention or whatever. Or let's say these rappers like Jay-Z and 50 Cent. Sure, if you want to get into the business or whatever, they have very crucial information or whatever, if you can pull it off, because a lot of rapping is just shooting in the dark, and it's about timing and being lucky or whatever. But it doesn't mean what I want to listen to someone like KRS-One talk, or listen to Jay-Z. Jay-Z never, I understand Jay-Z's a smart dude, he's a witty dude, but still, you know what I'm saying, I'd rather listen to someone like KRS-One or Wise Intelligent or Immortal Technique than him or whatever. You see what I mean? Because sometimes it's you know what I'm saying, dollars and cents sometimes don't, you know what I mean, go together or whatever. If you could figure that one out. Now, I'm going to go into, you know, Monty made a video. I'm going to talk about certain characters in YouTube now. Monty made a video towards me called Turtle Soup that, you know, I didn't bother to reply to. But in that video, he made some malicious lies on me. He said that he was the one that gave me shine or whatever, that I did a support video, and then he put the wood grain team on me, and that's when we became cool. No. No. Matter of fact, when I made that video, the wood grain team wasn't even a thought in Monty's head yet. And I'm checking out LA's video, and LA's taking pot shots at Monty. Oh, why am I not surprised? Because I guess the whole Queasy thing and so forth. You know, with LA, it's like a roller coaster. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he gains popular opinion, then he loses it, then gains it again. So I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? It's but another thing about this corner of YouTube is that, you know, people have amnesia, people have dementia, and I'm seeing these guys constantly switch sides like water rides and so forth. I'm like, you don't know, when you turn your computer on, you don't know which way they're going to swing. You know,
Yeah,
and then, you know, when people throw shards my way, they say stuff like, well, people here, you know what I'm saying, they come here to be entertained. They come here to be entertained or whatever. As if to say that my boring ass real talk videos, you know, it's not what people are into. But but Monty, you know, just came out with a video saying he's going to start a channel to help people or whatever. You know, so yeah, I'm like, people are, you know, they watch YouTube for different reasons or whatever. You know, but I can understand their gripes with me and say, well, people just here to be entertained. They don't want to hear all that stuff and so forth. No, now technically, now if you look at YouTube altogether as a whole, you know what I'm saying, the vloggers, you know, most of them do some sort of real talk, or they talk about the news, but they use real talking, maybe filtered in with a little bit of humor. But you know, as far as the guys that, you know, when I look at Queasy, that nigger, you know what I'm saying, J Love, that nigger with the tattoos and so forth, they don't really they'll sit there and give you 20 minutes of straight real talk and so forth. And I'm not saying that I completely agree with these guys, but that's the angle, you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand what people get at when they say, oh, well, people don't want to listen to that and so forth, when the majority of black people on YouTube do real talks. And the dudes that do comedy, you know, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube in general, they do real comedy, you know what I'm saying? Their comedy isn't in, they don't do this one-note comedy, which is just to bash and humiliate and call people ugly and so forth. They can actually do funny ass skits or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? And real comic genius means you do have to be smart, you do have to be witty and so forth. And you know what I'm saying? And when dealing with this sector of YouTube, and they say, well, well, why don't I leave this sector of YouTube or so forth and this and that? Even if I left, which I don't even know how to leave because I'm going to still keep my name, I can still critique it the same way there's other dudes that are not a part of this sector or whatever. They can look and critique it or whatever. And people in this sector has pointed out, you know what I'm saying, and stated their grievances against other people that is not part of this sector and so forth. So you see how that goes? But you know, but some of the insults and the bickering, you know, that goes on here, you know what I'm saying, the remarks, you know what I'm saying, I've never seen grown men call other grown men ugly so much in my life. You know what I'm saying, even when I was in kindergarten, you know what I'm saying, males don't even do this. I'm like, you have to leave it up to the females to determine who's ugly and who's not or whatever, and so forth. And you know what I'm saying, and other shards thrown at me, they say, oh, like me, I'm lonely, I don't have any life, and all this other stuff. I'm such an introvert, I'm such a recluse. But when I look at you know, a lot of what these guys are doing, these same guys who have women, claim they have multiple women, same guys who have wives, you know what I'm saying, and their significant other, and how it seems like, you know what I'm saying, their own personal business has been exposed. Their own family members have been under attack. And what do? They, you know what I'm saying, they stay right here in the arena. Matter of fact, they use it. It's like they put their own loved ones, or assume that they're their loved ones, put them out there for bait. Just so they can go in and say, okay, you know what I'm saying, all gloves are off now, so they can go in and they can roast the dude or whatever. It's like they don't even care. Hey, I remember when one dude insulted my mom in real life. You know what my father did? My father came to his doorstep and punched him in his face. And that dude, and well, lucky that dude didn't file charges. But that dude, he came over, and the only way he can get back into good graces with our family or whatever, you know what I'm saying, he had to apologize. But some of these guys, you know, they go back and forth and sold each other's, you know what I'm saying, women or whatever, are kids, and then they're cool the next day and they're, you know, forming teams or whatever. So it is absolutely crazy. You know, and that's what I say. I'm like, dang, if I'm a lonely dude or whatever, and I wish to have some sort of female companionship, you know what I'm saying, then look at what these guys doing. I'm like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying, it can't be all that if these guys are still on YouTube making a complete ass out of themselves you know what I mean, for the sake of their wife and children, you know what I'm saying, our baby mother or whatever. I'm like, it seems like this is more important to them and so forth. And then when I look at, you know what I'm saying, people's subject matter, you know what I'm saying, like talking about Philly Just and his love life, I'm like, man, and then these people want to wave around a moral compass and be like, oh, they'll look at certain situations and be like, how is this helping the black community? How is this helping the black community? Hey, I thought people was here just for mindless entertainment. They're not worried about, you know what I'm saying, the directions, you know what I'm saying, of the black community and so forth. So that didn't even make sense. And a lot of these guys, they don't have much content of their own. Like if you see my channel, my main channel, you know what I'm saying, it's like layered cake. You know what I'm saying? I got information stacked on information. It's oozing, you know what I mean, with subject matter. You know, same thing with Forward Impact and these other guys, you know what I'm saying? But other dudes, they talk about it, but they can only focus on other YouTube tumors in this small conclave or whatever. Yeah, you know, just, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, for views or whatever, I guess, to gossip or, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things, when we look at somebody, we always do this. We always sort of judge them. You know, and me, I try to make it, you know what I'm saying, put an effort just to judge this person's actions. When I come at him, I'm going to come at the things he says on YouTube or whatever. You know, so, okay. That's all I want to say. Thanks for watching and Sally forth.